Hello all, we are here for the lesson number 20 of this VariCAD training course, and this lesson is called Etching. So we will see the commands related to make the etch patterns in sections or in 2D entities. Basically this is quite simple inside VariCAD, and we just need to go to this menu objects and draw etching, and we have four options to work with this. Okay, to start this I will create a couple of very simple entities so that we can use to show these commands. So I've created a rectangle, exploded it in simple objects. I will create a very simple kind of shape, also crossing the first rectangle, and will explode this area. So the first option is objects, etching, etch select boundaries. So when we go to this command, a toolbar, a selection toolbar is open in our screen, but has these buttons here in the end that are specific for the etch functions. So basically the first one is individual detection of the area to make the pattern. So if I click here, I can choose one contour to say the direction to find out the area I want. So I will say up and inside, and then click around the other segments I want. So after I have this closed area, I can do the OK, and a pattern is done. Okay, I will not accept, I will come back. The second one is a continuous detection, a little more automatic option. And if I choose the same contour, again up to the center, and automatically it detects a closed area inside. Okay. I have another option. The third option is to create a temporary segment to close an area, because when I want to make a pattern, I need to have a closed area. So I will create a very simple shape, an open one. So I could not use this open shape to make the pattern, but I can go to the etching and use this option here, so that I create a temporary line to close this. And now I can choose one of the other methods, for example, continuous, and I can choose this to this side, inside, and OK. OK, and as you can see, it used the temporary line to close this area, but in the end, when the command is done, it will delete, because in fact the entity was never there. So I will delete these ones. Besides this function, we can we can use, instead of a temporary entity, we can have a temporary object. It is the same concept. If we have an area to make the pattern, for example, I can make a circle, and I can come here, for example, and okay, as you can see, the purpose of this circle was to isolate something inside, so it was a temporary object. We can, for example, restrain to take out a restraining object. So I'm doing, for example, the pattern in this area in the middle, but I want to enlarge this. I have this entity, and I can use this to say, hey, please delete temporary this thing here, and now use these guys here, OK, and OK, and as you can see, the entity was put here again. Okay, it was another option. So these are the options for the etching in terms of the select boundaries, a little more or less manual command. We still have another option here that I will show in the end of this lesson. So now I'll go to the other options before I go there. The second command is automatic detection of the boundaries, and I can come here. You can see that it detects me a closed area wherever I click and do the OK, and again I can put the pattern, and we still did not see this dialog box, but it is common to the previous command or this one. When the selection is done and the pattern is waiting for our confirmation, we can choose the pattern. Next. We have several patterns. We can work with the density, more or less. Okay. We can work in this angle and distance, and we can say, okay, I want this distance, I want this angle. It can be done dynamically or here. Dynamically, okay, I can change the angle or the distance, okay. And when done, okay, so this is possible to manage in any of the functions. We have another function here, which is the possibility to change the edge. So it's recognized as one single entity, a special entity. So I can click on it, do the OK, and it will open or reopen, if you want, the Etch Style Definition dialog box and allow you to choose a different pattern, okay, and you can put whatever you want here and do the OK. So it's very easy to edit something that is or previously done. There is also a possibility to create a new pattern. I'm not sure if it is interesting or not, but the function exists. So for example, if I want to edit this pattern here, I can have this edit. I can have this number of groups. Okay, it's just one. I can change, for example, the angle of this group to, for example, 15 degrees. Group settings, okay, I want to edge line or not, continuous or not, number of segments. Okay, I will put one more and see the result, okay, and something like this. So I'm not sure if it is create a new one. I don't want to create a new one. Back. I can create a pattern like this, and if I go and use it again, select these guys and use this new pattern I've just created. Okay, very easy. But personally, I don't think it is important to create new patterns, because I would say that the majority of the common patterns that we need to use, they are already inside the software. But this was to show there is that possibility. So these four functions for the etching are, I think they are very easy, so I've shown you all, but I want to show you the possibility of this automatic 3D section detection on-off, okay? It is present on the manual or in the automatic detection. To show you this, I need to come to the 3D side, because I will show you a very easy example, but it will allow you to see what is the purpose of this, okay? I will create, and these functions that I will show you on the 3D, we will have the opportunity to see them a little up front on the training course, on the lessons that are dedicated to the 3D, okay? But anyway, I will show you a little so that I can make a demonstration of this particular topic. I will create a small box, okay? all the dimensions are equal. I will leave this color, so it is a box in 3D, very simple stuff, okay? And now I will create a bigger box on a different color so that we can see it, for example, blue, okay? And I will put this box, for example, I will put it in the middle, 50 minus, okay. I think it is okay. I will come a little with this down. So in such a way that this bigger cube is completely intercepting the smaller one, okay? It doesn't matter exactly when, but okay, it is done. We have a function on the 3D side that is called 3D section management. So we can create 3D sections that are recognized on the 2D side as a section, and the program can make a pattern in this section, okay? For that, I will create a new section. I will give it a name. It can be, for example, section AA. So create, and now I can give to my software, okay, the solids. I can add or remove the solids that will be in the section, this one, okay, and the plan that will be used as a sectioning tool. So it will be this guy here, and I can say that the section will be on a different color, for example, something a little red. So, and for the status I would say turn on. Okay? So now you can see that this is shown on the 3D. It is a mess, so you cannot see anything. But for example, if I go and make a projection of this, I will put all the possibilities for the predefined views, and I will translate them to another position, okay? Insert. If I go now on the draw, etching automatic, and I will use this option here, automatic 3D section detection. If I come over normal entities, it will not recognize it as anything in particular. But when I come to the place where the section is positioned, as you can see, this here is different from this here. It's recognized as a 3D section, okay? And another very cool stuff is, for example, I can make a projection of this predefined view like this, okay, and insert. And if we try to make, let's try automatic, it recognizes it as a section, okay? Even that is a 2D entity, but on the projection it's recognized as a section plan, so it is very easy to make a very, very nice perspective on the 2D and to put this kind of entities to make a little better and more understanding graphical looks on the 2D drawing. So with this concept, this lesson is over, and I hope to see you on the next lesson, which will be the last one dedicated to the 2D environment, the lesson 21. After that, we will have 4 lessons for to smaller topics, and then we will start on the big topic of this training course, which will be the 3D environment and all the functions related to this.